Hey, I'd like to say welcome back, everybody, to What 5HT channel on YouTube, where we deal with a lot of vast topics here. What stands for World Health, Academia, and Times. And this is K and J channel right here. We do this. K, being an engineer here, does an excellent, wonderful job as always. Well, I could say we was getting past celebrating the birthday with her. I just recently, my younger sister had a birthday the end of last month, and then my older sister, she just had a birthday about a week ago, and I want to say to her, happy birthday, sis. I hope you enjoyed it. I know what you was doing on that particular day was maybe a sensitive day for you. We'll get a chance to talk about the outcome of that particular day outside of your birthday, and hoping that you enjoyed it. Uh, I was talking to a cousin of mine, uh, Candy. She know who I'm talking about. Hoping that she does well and do well, and looking for her to get back to the place where we used to see her. And like I say, man, on this channel, we're gonna deal with some truth today. Might be a little bit difficult because I'm gonna say some things. I might say some things that rub some feathers, and it doesn't really matter because the truth normally makes you uncomfortable. So if I'm saying some stuff to make you uncomfortable, then that I've heard people say, then the truth is working. Yeah. So let's do this. Yeah, let's do it. You know, the truth hurts. It helps. It's healthy. It heals. But what we're not gonna forget, the truth is hard. So today we're just gonna do a little free thing. I just want to share something that happened the other day when I was visiting my home city that I was born in. I was trying to take care of some of my business work, you know, getting all the legalities as part of my business together. And I happen to be downtown Memphis, man, and it's strange. It's a strange feeling there, you know. And people, man, are just so uh to me, they just so discombobulated, and they so man, the hospitality with people is just it's no longer there. And I was discussing it with a young lady that doesn't look like me. She's not from Memphis. She was visiting the same thing, trying to take care of her business, and we just both kind of vibed off the uh the reception that we was getting from the lady that was on the other side of the counter that actually is supposed to be helping us with our services. And I thought she was pretty, you know, pretty harsh. And I kind of blew it off, but I'm trying to push through this day because it's a difficult day. But when the other lady that doesn't look like me experienced the same thing, now mind you, the lady on the other side of the counter does. And it kind of rubbed her the wrong way too. So we just started having this conversation about people and attitudes and spirits. And I just wanted to just kind of bring some things together when it comes to not only public service, because see, I'm a general contractor, so I consider myself a public servant as well. It means my customers, man, I have to do things to make them happy. What I say I'm going to do, I have to do that. And then I have to understand in places when they're not quite understanding of the trade that I do. I have to find a way to help them understand. And if they still don't understand and seem to be frustrated, I can't let my frustration shine or outweigh their frustration. That's what I thought. That's what I'm thinking that actually public service is all about. But however, we're not in that era no more. You know, we're in a whole new era. And baby boomers, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one that was born from 1946 to 1964. And then the Gen X is from 1965 to 1980. I want to talk to you for a minute because, you know, the millennials who was born in 1981 to 1996 and the Gen Zers from 1997 to 2012, man, these people are just not feeling us. And we passed on something. It's something that's been passed on to this new generation, this ongoing generation. And I kind of want to talk about it a little bit because, you know, we can't put all the blame on them. Although it's a lot of things that they are suffering and going through, it might be because of the decision that we made. You know, some of the things that we should have done different or better. You know, and I know we probably at that particular time did the best that we could However, let's just say this here: we'll continue to see a deterioration, and the more decay of our people, man, as the generation progresses, and who knows what we're going to be looking at by the time Generation Alpha, which is 2012 and beyond. Who knows what they're going to be up against? I got a pretty good idea because I try to keep up with everything. And first of all, let's say something like this here. Just a little news, the image in the White House, another assassination attempt on the image in the White House, right? And you got people that's happy about it, you got people that's not happy about it. Let me tell you something. Every time they drop these new things on you and they get you focused on something that they want you to focus on because there's a greater need in another area where we should be focusing on, it's working and it continues to work. Because I'm gonna tell you, these people, why you putting all this energy into them about, oh, I hate them. I wish this could have happened. I wish this hadn't happened to me. All this stuff, I'm gonna tell you why you doing that and putting that energy in these wrong places where you should be channeling it in back into the community, to the upbringing of these kids that we're dealing with today, whether they be millennials who are grown now, which is Gen Z, most of them are grown now. Still, the guidance is gone. The leadership is gone. The respect is gone. Whether you like it or not, how can we recapture it? What are some of the things we should do to recapture the respect that's been lost between this generation divide? What do we do? How can we do it? I mean, first of all, know something about yourself. Know something about your people. Know something about your family. Know something about your city. Know something about your state, your community, your surroundings. Know something about it. And don't just always let people tell you about it. Do your own research sometime. Pick up a book. Do some research. Do some digging in. You know, ask some questions. Put up some historical documents. Do some things. And life is not just television or TV, tell a vision, or not, and life is not just internet. Of course, we got this generation right now that's diving, they thrive on social media. I just had the conversation with nephew on my last post talking about this 24/7 world of social media, how it really is not, it's not really good for the brain because that's we spend all our time doing this. We spend most of all of our time doing this. And most of it is fake. Most of it is staged. Most of it, they just want, if they don't want attention or looking for some form of somebody to authenticate them, then what they're looking for is a monetary gain. That's what this is about. That's what it's about. But here, I work every day. I work for a living. So when I'm putting anything out on this social media, I'm putting it out for a reason. I aim to help bring back the conscience of a people that are now has been uh, consciously deprived. It's all gone. Let's deal with something here. The generation now, we got this thing that's going on in our community, and it's been passed on. And I can't say when it started. I know how it was in my day. You know, snitching has never been a good thing. People call it snitching. It's never been a real good thing, but it depends on how you define snitching. It depends on how you define it. How do you define snitching? Well, I got this thing going in my family, right? Like I said, my sister, on her birthday, she was probably in a place she really didn't want to be, but I'm hoping that something good came out of it. And like I said, we suffer tragedies within the family, and then you got this, uh, what they call it, the is it a street law or a rule? No snitching, and it's like regardless of what happened, who it's been done to, how tragic it is, they got this thing they call no snitching. Yeah, that helps our community decay much faster and more rapid. And let me tell you, people pride off it. Pride off it. No snitching rule. No snitching rule. Well, when you look up in a city that once used to be called City Beautiful, being Memphis, it used to be called City Beautiful to now being classified as one of the most dangerous cities, not in the United States, one of the most dangerous cities in the world to live in. Now, mind you, you're being compared to third world nations, and you are on your way to a third world situation. That's what we're looking at. That's where we're going. Memphis was a city that used to be a city that was a city of hospitality. Like I said, I was downtown Memphis the other day. I saw no hospitality. I had to push through. A lot of times I can't wait to get out of that city. And that's sad to say, being that I was born and raised there. Yeah. Born on the street that was less than 5 minutes away from where MLK was assassinated. That's right. I may have been 5 or 6 years old, seeing tankers and armored trucks riding down the street and families wailing and crying. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just saying it's been from that to where we are now. I experienced racism many times in that city. Yeah, I'm living in a city now that I'm supposed to experience racism on a daily basis. I'm sorry to give you bad news. I really haven't. I really haven't. So why do I have this anxiety when I go to this place called Memphis? Is there a spiritual battle going on in that city? Let's something bad happen in Memphis. Uh, on this day, May the 1st. Yeah, it's called the Memphis Massacre. The Memphis Massacre of 1866. You may not know anything about it. Yeah, but it's huge. You can read about it. You can find out about it. I just touch on it just a little bit. This thing happened on May the 1st in South Memphis. See, the Civil War ended on April of 1865, and 13 months later, the massacre in Memphis took place. Yeah. But okay, here's the deal. I'm not going to go too deep because I want you to do some of your own research and fact check every time anyway. However, you know, before the war, before the war, uh, in Memphis, the black population was about 3,000 people. 1865. After the war, it grew to 20,000 people. Yeah, because the word was it from this other southern states. If you could get to Memphis, I ain't gonna say you would be free, but you could be freer. So a lot of the people on the outer skirts of the city and other parts of the state and the surrounding counties, they all migrated to Memphis to be what? Freer. And what they did is they got together, they band together, and they formed this society. They started building a community, and they was really trying to do better post slavery. So now the Union forces had captured Memphis in 1862, and they set up a fort there called Fort Pickering right on the outside of the city, right on the border of the city, right on the skirts, because I think they were still monitoring things, the Union making sure the Confederate never came back in and imposed all these things that they was imposing on our people, the natives of that land, the black people like that, in words, to really continue to oppress them. So the Union soldiers, which was mostly it was most they mostly housed most of the black soldiers anyway. So, but after that, after the war, the black soldiers wasn't needed anymore. So they was giving their paper, their walking paper, because we don't need you as soldiers anymore. This is on April the 30th, right? Now, May the 1st, something happened, something bad happened, and it was bound to happen anyway because you got these mixture of people, right? you got these mixture of people here. So so at that particular time, the Irish had already started leaving from where they were. They had migrated. A lot of them, they was escaping the Great Famine of in the 1840s. The Irish people were there. So at that particular time, Tennessee had roughly about 45,000 enslaved people in the surrounding counties. So after that, once the Irish came in by 1860, they made up about 23% of the population. So that's like one in every four person, one in every four people, I'll say. And they was themselves being on the bottom. They were forced, they forced discrimination because the Irish at that time they were on the bottom too. So they definitely was going to look at the enslaved people like you were really not better than us. And at that particular time, the Irish they were like they were giving stuff. A lot of people, a lot of other immigrants when they came here, I'm talking about from other countries now, not the one that was already been here, native of this land being us. I'm talking about from other countries because Irish, they came from Ireland. So they were given the position to police the the blacks. Or they had once the slave people, enslaved people, now free people, and they made up about 90% of the police force. You get where I'm going with this, right? So, and now remember, I said the Irish made up about 23% of the population at that time in Memphis at this time. And the Confederates, they were banned from any political office. Because remember, the Confederates, they were one that pushed for slavery. So they was banned from any political office. So most of the Irish stepped in and they became the politicians in the local Memphis area. However, they ran most of the politics in the mayor of Memphis at that time, John Parks. He was a drunk. And he was a known drunk because they saw him a lot of times in public drunk. So he didn't have no control over the police force. He didn't have any control over the police force. And then you had this newspaper called the Daily Avalanche that promoted propaganda that made the situation worse, talking about the new free slaves were taking all the jobs. They was taking over the community. They was about to seize power and take control of the city. And lo and behold, we know an incident broke out. hmm So the first thing was the Black Union soldiers. They faced a very tasking challenge because they just getting out of a war fighting against the Confederates. Now think about this. Now they've been given their walking paper. Now they're regular civilians, but they're used to being soldiers. So they're not going to just get pushed around by the local police. Being Irish, 90% of the force was Irish, and the other 10%, I'm sure to say, was probably Italians, Italy, because it's the same thing. They gave the Italians and the fire department, and they gave the Irish the police department. And this wasn't just in Memphis; this over the entire country. This thing was all laid out. Think about something. That so I'm telling you, where I'm going with this is at that particular time the once enslaved people, they were a community. They stuck together. So an incident happened on the inner city with one of the black soldiers and one of the police officers. And one of the police officers were injured by friendly fire. And they say one of the black soldiers was injured by friendly fire. However, this sparked the flame that made the massacre happened, the explosion. They'll try to deem it as a riot, but it was actually a massacre. So for 3 days, they started burning down the communities in the South Memphis area that the blacks had built and became and now remind you, the Union soldiers was right on the outskirts of the city, so they witnessed all this, but they were told to stand down because the local police could handle it. You get where I'm going with this? Listen to the verbiage. Stand down because the local police can handle it. We don't need the federal government involved anymore. And when the local police allowed the massacre to happen for 3 days, burning of stores, churches, and schools, burnt all down. Yeah, strategically. Stores, churches, and schools burnt to the ground as the Union soldiers sat on the outskirts of the city and watched it. Only until they say 46 people were unalive, their life has been taken from them. 46. 46. Then this Union soldiers that was at the fort called Fort, what would I say? We say Fort Pickering? Yeah, Fort Pickering. Then they decided to come in and bring some civility, some law, some order into the place. That don't sound, does that sound familiar to you? Memphis, out of control Memphis. Now the federal government had to come in to bring some law and order into the place after watching people unalive, being unalive. However, at that particular time, this is the spin on it and the difference. It was a different people that was unalive in it. The once enslaved, now free people, blacks. And today, it's the same people that look like each other that's unalive in each other. Now, let me tell you where I go with this no snitch rule. A lot of the people that recognize the one that was actually penetrating the houses and breaking in and violating people, men, women, and children. A lot of them had badges on. They had badges on. So you got the community now in court. Guess what they was doing? Snitching. If that's what you want to call it, millennials and Gen Zers, if that's what you want to call it, they were snitching because they watched their people tragically lose their lives after being freed from an inhumane situation, being slavery. They stood in front of the judge and they snitched. So what's the difference between telling and snitching? I got a controversial figure I want you to see. Very controversial man. He's well known. I know the Gen Zers and the millennials know him. Some of y'all like him and some of y'all hate him. But the thing about it is you love to hate him because you made him famous. His name is Charleston White. And he had a say about snitching because according to everybody, he's supposed to be a known snitcher. Listen on how he views snitching and telling.
Internet people think telling is snitching. No, snitching is it. Me and you go commit a crime together. We have agreed to be criminals. We get caught committing a crime. I tell for a lesser charge or to escape the consequences. That's snitching. If me and you riding in the car, I'm on my way to work. I just gave you a ride because you my nigga. You a dope boy nigga. You got dope in your pocket. I'm driving my car giving you a ride somewhere. If you throw the dope down in the seat when we get pulled over and the police says, say, who dope is this? And me and you looking at each other and you don't say nothing. And I say, sir, that's his. Nigga, I ain't told nothing. We just done set this shit straight, nigga, because you wasn't man enough to, yeah. So, no. See, these niggas ain't been around no real street niggas, homie. Ain't nobody taught these niggas no street codes. So they trying to come enforce the street codes on me, and they ain't no real street niggas. So, no, man, we just play with the internet, nigga. We don't worry about the internet talk. Now, one more other thing. For you bad motherfuckers on the internet, right? For the gangster niggas that like to point the guns at the cameras and say, drop your location. For you niggas, right? If I'm on the internet talking, and you jump on there and say, I'll slap you. And I say, nigga, you a lying motherfucker. You won't slap me. And you say, next time I see you, I'm going to do this to you. And I say, no, nigga, you won't do this. And then you say, on Crip gang. Whoa, he a gang member. Yeah, nigga, such and such. I'm 98 Crip, and I done killed 5 niggas. Now you trying to convince me how bad you is. Now, if you convince me you bad, you scare me. Nigga, and I think you a bad motherfucker. I'm going downtown and tell that white man on you. You a bad motherfucker. So next time I see you, nigga, I know what to do with a bad motherfucker. Now, I don't want to have to see you and you a bad motherfucker, and I ain't went and told the teacher you bullying me. So when we get in trouble, we both get suspended, and I'm on my way, and I'm a good football player, and I got a good reputation in school. I'm supposed to tell the teacher you bullying me, man. That's what mama tell us to do, man. Nigga fucking with you, you go tell them people, and when after you tell them, then you get his ass.
Yeah.
Right?
Now let me cut you off. Have you seen the 60 Minutes with the rapper Cameron?
No.
Okay, the man asked Cameron if he lived next to a serial killer and he knew he was a serial killer, would he move or would he tell on him? And Cameron said he wouldn't tell the police that he was a serial killer. He would rather move.
That's the nigga who know, that's the cousin in the family who know Uncle Leroy fucking all the little girls, molesting all the little girls, and he won't say nothing. He the nigga that let the molester walk around. He the nigga know that nigga molesting all the little girls, homie. He won't do nothing to him and let alone tell on him. Them the niggas we got to kill and get rid of. Them kind of niggas. Them the niggas we got to get rid of, homie. Oh, come on now. That's the nigga that's whooping your mama and telling the little boy in the room, you better not snitch. We don't nobody snitch. You better not come in here beating your mama ass, boy. You better not snitch. That's the nigga that got the kids keeping the secrets. No, them ain't the niggas. Them the rapping niggas. Them the niggas I'm talking about. Them kind of niggas like that. Nigga, grandpa go kick the nigga in the ass and tell the white folk that boy done killed 15 people. How we gonna not tell on him? No, homie, we fucked up if that's the thought process that we trying to convey to the youth. That's why so many little girls think it's all right to get beat on. That's why so many little boys think it's all right when their uncle come home from prison and he being perverted around the house and he say something, oh, nigga, go snitch and tell your mama I'm walking around in my drawers, huh? Nigga, your dick falling out your boxes when you walking around the house. Nigga, the girls see this shit. Nigga, get your shit together, huh? I got partners, homie. I'm telling you, partners, situations. We got to deal with the sickest motherfuckers in our village, in our society, and we got to be hush about it. Nigga, grandmama did that for so long. It's always one uncle in the family who done molest everybody, and we all know he done molest, but he at the family reunion, he still get to hug all the girls. And grandmama know he done molested. He been molested for 2 generations. Come on, homie. So we got to start speaking out, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay. He distinguished a difference in his opinion now, between snitching and telling. All conflict ain't bad conflict. We got to deal with it on the front end. No man just wake up and want to do right. There's a conscious spirit inside him has to draw him, being a Christ spirit, God. And I'm not talking about Christianity. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I just gave you something. There was just one thing about Memphis, being many. I just wanted you to see something, and I wanted you to hear something about this no snitching. Got a great nephew right now. We still wait for justice, but the no snitch rule stands in place. And when they enter in the White House, they don't care about me, you, and nobody else, and all you do is care about him, whether he live or not, whether he's in a war or not. Our community is being destroyed by who? Systemic racism. Okay, let's mix in a little systemic racism in this pot of gumbo, because it goes beyond systemic racism. How about let me read something for you? While I get this together, I'm about to read something for you. Systemic racism, and I get it. I just told you I've experienced racism within the city. Just told you that. That's not my biggest fear. It's not my biggest fear. It's not my biggest fear. I can see them coming. These no snitching dudes, I can't see them coming. I don't know which one to trust and which one not to trust. I can't see you coming, man. that systemic racism, I see him from a far distance. That image in the White House, I see him because he tell me who he is. That was a person that predated him in the White House in the last administration. I saw him, although he was lying about who he was. He showed me what he would do. We'll get to that in a minute. No snitching? Let me read something to you. Proverbs 29. I'm going to start at 17. Not going to do a whole lot of precepting, and I may not do no spiritual understanding of words. If you've been listening to my post, you got enough spiritual understanding of words to just take you for a minute until you can start grasping what this thing really is and what it's really about. Okay? Proverbs 29 and 17. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. He shall give delight unto thy soul. Correct him. He'll give you rest. You can rest at night. You can rest in your spirit. You can rest in your mind. He will give delight to your soul. Correct him. That's across the board. It's saying son, but you know we talking about daughters too. You don't want any rest, don't correct it. Because when you go out there and those tragic things happen that you didn't know that they were doing, don't worry. You'll probably never find out. Remember the street law, no snitching. Listen to what Proverbs 29:18 say. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. We don't want law and order, no snitching. Regardless what happened, who is done to, why it's done. Remember, no snitching. Proverbs 29:19 says, a servant will not be corrected by words. For though he understand it, he will not answer. For though he understand it, he will not answer. He will not be corrected by words. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Those people in Memphis before the massacre in 1866, they had a vision. Some lost their lives, but that thing had to happen, even for a more coming together of a people. They came together. The law was against them at that time. They were snitching. Did anybody get convicted? Oh, no, of course not. We're talking about 1865, a year after slavery. No one got convicted. So what? They're not getting convicted today. No snitching. Well, who you mad at? Systemic racism. Who you mad at? No. They committed those atrocities. Yes, they did. Did anybody get convicted? Was anybody charged? No. They were Irish. 90% of the police department. They did most of the violence. The younger soldiers watched it for a while because someone told them to stand down. Was it the drunk mayor in Memphis? Drunk? I already told you what the word drunk means in the Paleo Hebrew meaning. Look it up. Check out my posts. That's right. Check out the flood. Check out Noah and his nakedness. Check out the post. I told you what drunk is about in the Paleo Hebrew meaning and the spiritual meaning. But I know, okay, then drunk off wine, drunk off Hennessy, drunk off whatever you drink. What you drinking today? But Charleston White had his thing. He had his thing. Yeah. That was his opinion. Hey, it sounded all right to me. I know tough guys don't care. The no snitching guys, you don't care. I've never been afraid of, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm the only son. I've never been afraid of a bully. Ever. I didn't start anything. I didn't even want to do nothing. And I would tell you, you know how the bully just tell me afraid what you gonna do. I said, I ain't gonna do nothing. Just don't touch me. That's all. What you gonna do? I ain't gonna do nothing, man. I don't want to do nothing. Just don't touch me. Because when you violate me, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. See, I just look like this. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna leave you with that. I just look like this. And however you deem that, that's fine. And then see about the no vision, we're gonna deal with the knowledge too. I was talking to a very professional friend of mine, Miss Todd. She know who I am. She's a nurse practitioner. We be having big conversations, and she was telling me about this gray matter when it comes to kids and their learning and their development. She was telling me about gray matter. Gray, like the color gray, and matter like Matter. Check it out. I'm not going to even run you down through there. Find out. Just look it up. Maybe it'll help you somewhere. It helped me. I got something else I want to read to you, though. Yeah, I got something else I want to read to you. Let's deal with this. See, we've been robbed of a lot of things. And I get it. Sometimes I don't understand, man. People be thinking like I just fell from the sky and land here. I went through a whole lot. I just shared with you earlier in my post. I lived less than 5 minutes away where MLK was assassinated. And when the city got shut down and burned down, I was alive. Can you imagine being 5 minutes away from that? Talking about a Memphis massacre? Huh? We were doing it to each other. One of them other folk. And we still doing it. Because it's a generation went home and went to sleep. Baby boomer was tired of watching those leaders getting knocked off. Gen X's wasn't finna start dealing with it, man. They watched it too. They heard the baby boomers talking about it. So what they decided to do, like I said in the earlier post, way earlier when I started this, almost a year ago, what they did was they sit down, like me and nephew was talking about in the last post, they got stuck, and they decided that they will party, and then the government say, okay, while they partying, let's do two things. Let's drop drugs in the neighborhood, and let's get in what they call on social media PPs. Or whatever, man. Firearms. PP. He gave them some firearms. Now let them deal with each other. And then we start going to the club and partying. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the millennials. I'm talking to the baby boomers and the Gen Xers right now. You know what I'm talking about. Don't play no game. We got in social clubs. We started being social. We left that movement alone. And then we left a generation called millennial and Gen Z to fend for themselves. No one was teaching anymore. The pastor in the church ain't teaching nothing. Wasn't teaching nothing then because they didn't know what they're teaching. They definitely ain't teaching nothing now because they're trying to get all the money. So knowledge was lost. Let me share something with you. Go to Hosea 4. I'm going to start at the 5th verse. Hosea 4. I'm going to start at the 5th verse. I try to start a verse ahead and a verse after the verse that I really want to highlight. Sometimes you go to that verse ahead and that verse right after, kind of tie everything in together. Hosea 4 and 5 say, therefore shalt thou fall in the day. It's in time. You're going to fall. And the prophets Also shall fail thee in the night. I told you what night means. No knowledge, no understanding, ignorance, just like drunken. And it say, and I will destroy thy mother. Why would it say that? Therefore thou shalt fall in the day, and the prophets also shall fall with thee in the night. And I will destroy thy mother. That's your protector, the one that birthed you. Remember? Born again. Huh? New conscience, new spirit, new mind, new thinking. You've been poisoned. Stop it. Look at what 6 said. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. The prophet ain't teaching you. He done destroyed them all. Sure, you're going to fail by day in time. Because that's what they represent. You're going to fail in time. The prophet, he don't have anything to give you. Hell, he don't have any knowledge, no understanding. And the one that's supposed to nurture you and bring you and keep you, I'm going to destroy her. And now my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast what? Rejected knowledge. Because you rejected no snitching. What kind of knowledge is that? Well, you just continue to take away your people in your community, one after another, one after another, one after another. And every time I look up, you want to blame what they say on social media, YT. You want to blame that other man. He ain't did nothing. He don't even live in your community. He just come in your community and make money and go back outside. Okay, then let's talk about the local politicians. Most of them look like you too. Now what? I can tell you what, they done sold you out. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. Thou shalt be no priest to me. I don't even want no parts of you. Thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children, baby boomers and Xers. Now we got the millennials and Gen Zers trying to find their way. What's up? No knowledge, no understanding. Go to the building so you can feel good and jump around and pay that man. Pay that man to either get a bigger building, a bigger house, or a bigger car, or all the above. Pay him. For what? Deceive me? Tell me smooth things? Lie to me? Yeah. I get there in that city, and the spirit that hover over that city, I can't stand it. It's no different in Detroit. Spent 25 years in Detroit. A trade-off from Detroit to Memphis. What was the trade-off? The same thing or worse? No knowledge, and the people are destroyed. And then you don't have no vision. Those slave people, they had a vision. And then don't tell me about the man not being in the house and all of that, and the black man don't like the black woman, and that's all you want to rap about. Let me tell you something. That was breeding in you, and now you become it and you accept it because you sold out to the money. Most of the ladies, the government gave you a check to put your man out the house, and you did it. And you did it. And now look at the children. I will also forget thy children. And now look at them out here. No snitching. Taking each other away. And we'll take you away. I will destroy the mother. Huh? Yeah, because that kid will take you away. Lost. Looking for something. Yearning for something. So now they desire to be one back with the universe. I say one with the creator. Let me jump on board. Don't come to me with things I've already studied and taught and know. I taught the lies. Done. It gets us nowhere. Let me tell you what's coming. I already told you about it in another early post. I don't know if the Great Reset or whatever, it was one of them. But I asked you, everybody talking about AI, actually, have you heard about AGI? That's what I asked you, because it's coming. It'll be in a couple of years. They already got they already got the 2027 car that's going to do what it want to do. It ain't going to do what you want it to do. It's going to tell you when you can drive and when you can't drive. Don't worry, we're going to keep getting there. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. Where there's no vision, the people perish. If you ain't got no vision, you can't pass it on to the kids. Don't go to the building thinking they're gonna give it to you because they according to what I just read you, the prophet, even himself, he gonna fail by night. He ain't got any understanding. Cause why? Been sold out. You cannot serve both God and mammon. Give me that money. See, I can do a lot of things to get money. Right now, I just work a little hard to get the money. Trying not to work as hard as I used to work, but hey, either way it go, I'm gonna go and get it. When man don't work, he don't eat. I ain't gonna sit out here and try to make you feel good to get some money. I can do a whole lot of things, man. I can be treacherous, man. I can be conniving. I can be misleading. I can be mischievous. I can do all the above. I can manipulate. I can do all of those things to grow my audience. For what? To exploit people? No, I just go to work. I'm good. So like I said, the knowledge part. I'm going somewhere because we right now, we in a bad, bad place. We can blame it on the other man all we want to. But if you don't start accepting accountability that you have a whole lot to do with being in this bad place, then you are one of the problems. If that made you feel uncomfortable, the truth just dropped on your head again. Because it's hard and it hurts. Let it help you. Make you healthy. You'll heal eventually. I told you about AGI. Some people think AI just came around. Man, they've been working on this technology. Showed us a movie way back in the day, man, called Terminator. When I was in high school. Man, you're going to look up, it's going to be far beyond what you think you saw Terminator. Let me tell you something about AGI. Oh, newsflash, I'm going to also tell you about ASI. Yeah, not just AGI and ASI. It's on the rise. AGI, full effect in the next 2 years. ASI, right on its trail. Check this out. AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, refers to AI systems that match human cognitive abilities across all domains, capable of learning, reasoning, and adapting like a person. Did you catch what I just said? I'm going to read it one more time because it's important. AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence, refer to AI systems that match human cognitive abilities across all domains, capable of learning, reasoning, and adapting like a person. ASI, Artificial Superintelligence, represents a hypothetical future AI that surpasses human intelligence in every aspect, outperforming human intellect by immense margins. And I'm going to read that one again for you for free. So you won't have to work so hard when you do your own research. ASI, Artificial Superintelligence, represents a hypothetical future AI that surpasses human intelligence in every aspect, outperforming human intellect by immense margins. AGI within the next 2 years in full effect, ASI on his heels. Why did I tell you about that? Because we on our way somewhere. While you worrying about the image in the White House. You'll be gone in 4 years. You're talking about a war, foreign policies. Do you understand foreign policies? Do you understand what this thing is about? Democrat, Republican, democracy, communism, socialism. Do you understand what this is really about? Do you understand what it represents and what it is? Do you? Because the progressives is about to take control of this country. We on our way to a place, people, while we worrying about these false images and all these fake politicians that some of them look like us and some of them don't. And all of them in bed together. It's a great big orgy. And you've been made to watch them while they perform their acts. And you comment on their acts. And their acts offend you. Their acts make you happy. Their acts makes you emotional. Some of them make you mad. Some of them make you excited. Some of them make you want to do something. Like the brother that just wanted to do something to the image in the White House. Why? Where there's no vision, the people perish. Don't have any knowledge, moral decay, spiritual ignorance. Don't know who you are. Don't know where you came from. Don't know how you got here. All you do know is, I'm going to get out there and get mine. I'm going to get it how I live. And then we got a generation of boomers and Xers saying, I'm going to stay out the way. Yeah, well, stay out of their way while they continue to just devastate the neighborhood with the no snitching rule in place. Yeah, keep staying out the way until it hits your house. That's right, I said it. Keep staying out the way until it hits your house. Afraid of your own kids. Yeah, you're afraid. I'm not. Yes, you are. And to one that's not afraid, you are part of the problem. You teaching them. I said it. I said it. You wait till AGI, ASI start seizing power while you worried about an image in the White House. And then the one before that led millions of people across the border. Check this out, Memphis. I want you to see something about some of the people that was led across the border in the last administration. Let's see if you're mad about that. Just check this out. Yeah, it happened right there in the city of Memphis, right off Winchester.
Man, we walking in subways on Winchester, y'all, 6744 Winchester. You know, guys came up to me and said that they was hungry, so I gave them like $20 worth of change. They go in Subway to get something to eat. The lady tell them that she ain't gonna take their change, y'all. So I told them, let's go back in here so you'll know the full story. Yeah, Subway, 6744 Winchester Road. We finna go in here and see. Let's do it right, y'all. We ain't gonna get no attitude with the folks enough. Excuse me, how you doing? They say you won't take their change. They wanna buy something and they say you won't take the change.
Yes, sir.
Now, how you can't take the change and they spending money?
Huh?
How you can't take the change and they spending money?
I can't do that, sir,
Because of what?
I have lots of change. I can't take any more change.
You can take change. When I spend money, you gonna give me change, right? If I spend $20 and you give me $15 and some change back, you can call them. They'll love to call. And I'm gonna make sure you're legal too when they get here.
Yeah.
So go call them. Go call them. We're gonna ride this out. Go call them, baby. Yeah. Go call them. Why you with it? Young man trying to spend his change, say that he was hungry, so I give him $20 worth of change. He come in here to try to eat, and the lady reject him, says she's not. You say what, young man?
She said we can pay for this, but we can't.
So she'll sell you a bag of chips for some change, but she won't take your money for no change.
That's exactly what she said. And Bray got it on his phone.
Okay. Well, you can call the cops all you want to. Let's see what they have to say when they get here. Y'all gonna cut that BS out. Working hard out here. The young man just told me he was hungry. I give him $20 worth of change. He wouldn't even take his change. In my all quarters. Y'all see it? I had the change laying around in my truck. And the young man came back over there. I'm thinking he trying to get over on me, so I'm saying, where your food there, young man? He holler out, man, they won't take my money. Well, let's go over here and see why they won't take your money. Look at her hiding back there. You get out that phone, baby. You can call the super cops. Call the lieutenant, too. Look at her moving. You can call everybody.
Call the general manager of the building.
Yeah, she ain't calling the police, man. She don't want the police in her. She calling somebody. She calling her manager.
Then she said,
You gonna take this change today before we leave.
they don't got
You gonna feed this young man.
We need to talk to corporate. She said they don't have it. I said, what the fuck?
Man, I can record all I want to and tell the police when they come, they better be right. Yeah, I'm taking a video of you. Good video. This young man is hungry, young lady. And you gonna really say that you can't take it because you got too much change. You done lost your rabbit mind.
Because she had a bad day.
Because she had a bad day. What your bad day got to do with feeding this young man that's hungry?
She said, I'm having a tough day.
There you go. How much that is for your food, young man? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you got some more money now. I gave you a lot of time. You got some more money? Okay. You ain't got to spend it all on food because that's enough to get you a meal right there. Now, are you going to take his order?
Stay back here. Wait.
Are you going to take his order?
Wait, sir. You can hold on. I will take his order. Hold on.
Okay, well, can you come on take his order?
Just give me a minute.
Are you waiting on the police?
Yeah.
That's okay. We can eat and wait on them.
Yeah.
But can you come feed this young man, young lady?
Give us
'Cause-
some time.
Huh?
Give us some time.
Give us some time till the police get here?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
So you can't feed him?
Give me a minute. Let them come.
Why you looking at me like that? You're looking like you're evil.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
s-
an evil.
Oh, you are evil?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, Lord. Well, count your days. You're not going to be here anymore.
You happy?
No, I'm not happy. I want him to get his food, and I'll be happy. You're not on a visa, are you? Look at that, y'all. She said she evil. You say you just want to what, young man? Y'all heard the young man say he just want to eat. And it's sad that he can't eat. Is it a problem with the change? Is something wrong with taking change? Can I get a bag of chips with the change? Y'all see this young lady, she told me she evil and everything. What's this address? 6744 Winchester Road, Winchester Court. Do not come here and eat, y'all. Let's shut them down. We calling for a shutdown. Let's shut them down. Let's shut them down. Send them back. That's how you come over here and treat us, and we welcome you here. We fed you when you got here. But you ain't gonna feed us. That's not fair. They gave you $400 and some thousand to your family, but you not gonna feed us. That's not fair, young lady. No, you can't do that. The young man ain't causing no problem. He's sitting there so nice and quiet. He's just hungry. And she don't want to feed him. She says she'll feed him after the police get here because she's being recorded. But you turned this young man down twice for his food. But you tell him he can buy a bag of them ugly ass chips for some change. You said, she said, what, young man? Oh, she did? Break your phone out and record. I'm finna go off this one and post. so they can't make sure the timing right, so that she can't say that we did something that ain't being recorded. Because you know, you start recording, they'll say, well, you was cutting up in here and you was doing this. So I'm getting off my record now, so y'all know that everything is live.
Now I want you to explain something to me after you see it. Yes, Memphis, how that make you feel? How that make you feel? Oh, I got a question. He appeared to me to be, he could have been a millennial. He could have been, I don't know, Gen Z or millennial, or he could even been an extra. I'm really not sure. But what I am certain about is he was very concerned about the situation that happened. My question to you is millennials and Gen Zers, because he was helping a young man that could have been a Gen Zer or a millennial. I'm not sure. I don't know the age range, but I'm just in there somewhere. But I got to ask the millennials now and the Gen Zers, was he snitching? Did he just break one of the street rules or law? Oh, I get it. It depends. You know, like I say, everybody got an opinion. We got to figure out what's snitching and what's not snitching. That's why I brought up Charleston White. We got to figure out what's snitching and what's not snitching. See, that's the problem I got. I don't know when it's snitching and I don't know when it's not snitching. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what's best for me. You're not going to leave me, bro. And you ain't going to be telling me who I am because of a decision that I made. You know? And then it ain't going to make you no more gangster and no more tougher. You know, because you watch somebody do away with one of your family members, or you watch somebody do away with one of your best friends, and you got this no snitch rule put in place. Man, you want to last a day in jail. Not tough. You really scared. I said it. Now what? Now what? You really afraid. I said it. Now what? Because if you do something to any of my loved ones and I witness it or I know of it, trust me, bro, you will much prefer for the local officials to be coming for you. Never been afraid of so-called tough guys. Just like David slayed the giant, I feel like I'm a type of David, a giant slayer. Oh, I could suffer too, but I get to a place I don't care. Don't take me there. I really prefer civility, peace, coming together, growth, forward movement, positive vibes, good frequencies, high waves, knowledgeable decision making, as if we together actually have a vision so that we both don't perish, so that we all likewise don't perish. Because other than that, we are doing the job that you say they want and they don't have to do. We're doing the job for them and they get paid the premium. We suffer the consequences. Millennials, Gen Zers, my FBA friends, keep grinding. Keep doing it, man. Get us out of this place. Help us get out of this place. You got to dump some of your philosophies, though. Some of that street stuff, you got to dump it, man. Man, I always try to excel in whatever it is that I did or whatever it is that I do. I try to excel in it. Whether it's in academia, the educational arena. I'm gonna say this because I got some experience in it. Yeah, man, even in those streets, man. I try to excel, but I found out one thing, and I found out one thing early. It wasn't helping the people that look like me, man. The things that I did, the decisions that I made, it wasn't helping people that look like me. I was a part of the problem. Get rid of some of those philosophies, man. Stick with the one that's helping grow. Stick with the one that's bringing togetherness. Stick with that. Push it, man. Of course, don't let the other people pull the rug over your head. Of course, seek, seek understanding. Understand those things that wasn't shared with you when you were a kid. Kay and I was just talking, man, had a long conversation the other day. I don't know what happened within the silent generation, which is, I don't even talk about them, man, which was in 1928 to 1945. And something that they passed on to the baby boomers. I don't know what happened, man. I ain't talking about them now, I'm talking about us. Man, some bad things happened. Obviously, man, because there was things happened they didn't want to share with us. You know, Kay has a problem even finding out about her grandmother and her grandfather on her mother's side. Why is that a problem? I found out who my great grandmother was, man. I was a grown man. All the time I thought that was my great auntie. Something tragic happened. But it hurt the generation, man. And you don't want to see it like that, but I'm just telling you how we got to where we are right now in this moral decay, man. And this civil unrest within our own community. I'm just trying to paint a picture of how we got here. I did not know my great grandmother was my great grandmother. I was a grown man. All the time I'm thinking this is my great aunt. I was calling my auntie all the time. She was my great grandmother. How could I pass that on to my children that I don't know? Why are our children feeling lost and they don't know who's who? The people always talk about their past, man. The other ethnicities, they sit down and they discuss with their kids where they came from, how they got here. Even if it's bad things that happened, they share that. So now we done came to a place where we wasn't sharing things with a kid or a generation that could have passed it on to other generations. Now we don't have to figure out where we came from. I was talking to my cousin, man. I was telling him something about uh his grandmother that he didn't even know. How do we get this? I understand why we got what we got now. No vision, lack of knowledge, no passing down of heritage. And now we got a generation of people, the FBAs, man. They trying to find out the real deal, the real word, what really happened, who they really are, how we really got here, or were we here all the time? But we got a generation, man, that just sat down and got stuck, like nephew said. When they didn't pass it on to their kids and their kids didn't have nothing else to pass on. The only thing we could do was party, man, get high and go to the club and get hooked on the drugs and then mess up another generation that have to raise themselves. And some of them got that toxic inside of them and they have to deal with it as far as the neurology in their neural or their brain. You know, like I was telling you, my friend, Sister Todd, was telling me about gray matter. It's a passing on or a teaching of kids, man. it's a part in their life when they really receive most of the stuff that you give them. And after they've grown and got so far in it, then it's almost too late. Who they are is who they gonna be. Why we don't get this? We party, we make every other ethnicity rich, and we talk about them all the time. That's all we can do is talk about them, run right. Soon as we get some money and spend our money. That's why I said something about the reparation. What you gonna do with your money? Buy nails? You're gonna buy cars? You're gonna buy jewelry? You're gonna buy rims? You're gonna party? You're gonna go to the liquor store? You're gonna what? Are you gonna create businesses to run them out of our community? No, you would take that money, most, not all. I'm not dumping everybody in the same basket, but you would take that money and give it right back to them. And then have nothing to show for it in the next 3 to 4 years. And then you start crying again because somebody didn't do something or give you something. And there's people around here, man, that don't, it can be family members, man. Watch out. Watch out. Because envy don't care who we infiltrate and operate out of. Envy doesn't care. It doesn't have to be the man around the block or the person down the street or the neighbor next door. Envy will operate on the inside of your house within your family. Watch it. Learn to separate. You know when something doesn't sound right. But if right is not in you or part of who you are, more than likely you will side with that's not right, meaning that you are not right. And if you are not right, and I can't help navigate you to find your way to a certain point to where we collectively see something is right, then I don't need you. I said it. Yes, I said it. I don't need you. Charleston White, very controversial guy. All over the place sometimes. But every now and then, a broken clock is right. They say what? At least twice a day. He said something that sounded okay. But I can tell you what it didn't. It sounded way better than no snitching. Man, I got a nephew. We still trying to find out what happened. With y'all no snitch rule. Man, get somewhere and sit down. I'm done. Just wait till AI pump up AGI, ASI. I want to see what you guys going to be then. All you newcomers, the future generation, go get that 2027 car so it can tell you when you can drive and when you can't. Yeah. When you get in and it scan you and make a diagnosis of whether you gonna fit to drive. I get it. That's systemic racism. That's the man coming against us. No, that's the order in which we're heading. And it's a world order. It doesn't care what color you are. Rich or poor. We can put it both ways. We can make that monetarily rich or poor. Or we can make it in knowledge, rich or poor. Let academia find its way in your life. Not indoctrination. You know when something is not right or don't sound right. And I'm going to close on that note. We're going to head to another place. I'm looking for my millennial host. There's going to be some very good dialogue right there. I want my millennials and my Zers to tune in, especially, and please, Xers and Boomers, listen to what this millennial will have to say. Consider it. Think about it. Yes, that's right. We got some stock in this thing where we are right now. There's some decisions we made that wasn't right. There's some things we did that wasn't right. We could have done better, but that's water under the bridge. Once you learn better, you try to do better. For those that know better, they are held accountable to do better. And if you choose not to do better, then you fall within that category of I don't need you. Thank you for tuning in to K&J, What 5HT channel. We're going to look at K Meal of the Day. See if I can drop a mystery building on you again, give you something to think about. Thank you. Appreciate you. Like, subscribe, share. You don't have to comment. I'm cool. But continue to walk this journey with us. Please. We all need each other. We can't do it alone. This is not a one-man show. One man can't get it done. Ask Martin. He was one man. He's gone now. And a whole generation of people was lost after that because they depended on one man. It's a collective effort. Preachers, get yourself together, man. Marvin Gaye had a song about you. Messages in our music. Messages was in the music, and messages always been something that has driven us, taught us, and led us. The messages in the music has always been important. But I can tell you right now, what kind of messages do we have now? What kind of messages do we have now in our music? I'm telling you, this thing is real, as real can get. Mm-hmm. And that was that was a saying. And I'm gonna leave y'all on this note for real. Because I want to leave you with this because I was talking about the music, man, and the messages that used to be in the music is gone. We don't have it anymore. We do, but they're mostly negative, man. And it's helping us get to where we are right now. They're some of the ones that telling you not to snitch, man. They're some of the ones that tell you how to dog the women, how to treat them bad. They're some of the ones that telling you, man, to get out there and slang more drugs than you can slang, man. They're the ones that telling you to get them big rims and big cars, man. They're the ones that telling you, and then they do all the opposite. And our kids follow them because they are our kids' leaders and mentors because we have lost our own kids. That's right. What do you say? What did he say? He said, I'll reject your kids. I just want to share this with you. This was by Lennon. And he said, give me control of a nation's music, and I care not who make the laws. I'm going to pick that back up. Give me control of the nation's music, and I care who not make the laws. The image in the White House don't mean nothing. Because I put it in the music, and you will dance to the pipers piping as he lead the rats to their demise, and they all drown together. All right, you guys. This is Jay, man. I'm chiming out. K gonna get this thing together, and we'll see y'all again. We'll see you again. Till then, like I always say, what the fluffs. I'm out of here.
They built this. And they just had masterful level stonemasonry skills and just excellent project management and transferring of responsibilities over 600 years. This cathedral is made out of marble. And they mined it 60 miles away and just hauled it with brute strength over to Milan and built it. How did they get the marble up there? How did they hoist it up? How did they build this? And they just had masterful level stonemasonry skills and just excellent project management and transferring of responsibilities over 600 years. This cathedral is made out of marble. And they mined it 60 miles away and just hauled it with brute strength over to Milan and built it. How did they get the marble up there? How did they hoist it up? How did they build this? And they just had masterful level stonemasonry skills and just excellent project management and transferring of responsibilities over 600 years. This cathedral is made out of marble. And they mined it 60 miles away and just hauled it with brute strength over to Milan and built it. How did they get the marble up there? How did they hoist it up? How did they build this? And they just had masterful level stonemasonry skills and just excellent project management and transferring of responsibilities over 600 years. This cathedral is made out of marble. And they mined it 60 miles away and just hauled it with brute strength over to Milan and built it. How did they get the marble up there? How did they hoist it up? How did they build this? And they just had masterful level stonemasonry skills and just excellent project management and transferring of responsibilities over 600 years. This cathedral is made out of marble. And they mined it 60 miles away and just